Have you ever looked at someone who's just crushing it and wondered, how? Why do some people seem to effortlessly achieve their wildest dreams, while the rest of us just constantly hit a wall and kind of fade away? Well, let's dive right into this explainer, because today we're unpacking a massive truth. The difference between success and failure? It's rarely about raw talent. Instead, it is almost always just a matter of enduring discipline. We're going to explore a concept called the persistent superpower and see exactly how true success is actually built, daily.
So, what if I told you the life you're dreaming about is literally just one decision away? Sounds kind of bold, right? But it's absolutely true. Think about it. Most people don't fail because they aren't smart enough or because they don't have the right resources. They fail simply because they give up too soon when life gets tough. It really just comes down to a decision to stop quitting. When things get hard, one group throws in the towel and the other group just keeps going.
All right, let's hit section 1, the problem with quitting. We're going to look at why motivation dies and progress just stops. We've all been there, right? You start a brand new goal and you are hyped. It's a super predictable cycle. We all start out at step 1, new goal excitement. You've got the plan, you're waking up at 5 a.m., you are laser focused. But then step 2 creeps in. Slow reality arrives. You look around and realize the results are agonizingly slow. And honestly, the progress feels totally invisible. And that leads right into step 3. Motivation entirely disappears. Boom. This is exactly when most people quit the gym, give up on learning that language, or shut down their new business.
Here's the thing though. People don't usually quit because they can't physically succeed. They quit because success just takes way longer than they wanted it to. But you gotta remember, every single great achievement looks completely impossible before it becomes reality. If you quit just because you can't see the progress yet, you're basically guaranteeing that the impossible stays impossible forever.
Which brings us to section 2, the bamboo tree secret. Let's uncover this hidden mechanism of growth.
I absolutely love this concept because it totally flips how we look at slow progress. Think about a bamboo tree. You plant the seed, you water it, you wait, and for 4 entire years, literally nothing happens above ground. Nothing. But then, in year 5, it shoots up. Some bamboo species can grow 3 feet in a single day. So was the tree just chilling for those first 4 years? No way. It was doing the invisible, absolutely vital work of building a massive, deep root system.
And that is such a profound lesson. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Actually, scratch that. It's more like the most crucial progress is the stuff you can't even see. Your life works exactly the same way. Every book you read, every failure you survive, every tiny challenge you overcome, they're acting just like those bamboo roots. They are secretly, quietly, building the foundation you're going to need for your own rapid growth later.
Moving into section 3, motivation versus discipline. This is all about why consistency completely beats talent.
So how on earth do we survive those long, frustrating root-building years? Well, we have to stop relying on motivation. Don't get me wrong, motivation is great, but it's a total roller coaster. It relies purely on excitement, which, as we just saw, vanishes the second reality gets slow. Discipline, on the other hand, that is permanent. That's the structural power that keeps you grinding when literally nobody is watching. It's dragging yourself out of bed when you really don't feel like it.
And honestly, the whole secret to building that kind of unbreakable discipline comes down to one incredibly simple number. 1. The absolute strongest people out there, they aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They're just the most consistent. They simply commit to doing just one small action every single day, day after day, month after month, year after year.
All right, section 4, your daily habit checklist. This is where we start actually executing these principles of success.
We really want to bridge the gap here between nice-sounding theory and actual boots-on-the-ground execution. So we've built a daily habit checklist straight from these discipline principles. Think of these as your non-negotiables for when your brain is begging you to make an excuse. You got to wake up when you don't want to. You got to do the work when there's no audience cheering you on. You got to keep pushing when it gets boring. And above all, you must execute just one small action daily. Because success, it's not built in a day, it's built daily.
So what does this actually look like? Well, by breaking your massive, intimidating ambitions down into an execution plan of just one thing, you guarantee that your roots are growing. For your physical health, the daily habit is just one workout. For intellectual growth, just read one page. For that big creative project or your business, record one video or just take one single step forward. That's it, the whole shebang. It isn't about doing everything all at once. It's about doing one thing relentlessly every single day.
Finally, Section 5, Meeting Your Future Self. Let's look at the reality waiting for you 5 years from now.
Imagine jumping into a time machine and looking at two totally different versions of yourself 5 years down the road, based on that daily checklist. First, you've got the regretful quitter. This version made excuses. They delayed action, waiting for that perfect moment that, surprise, surprise, never arrived. And 5 years later, they're just weighed down by regret. But then you have the action taker. This version stayed consistent. They refused to quit, even when progress was painfully slow. And 5 years later, they're literally living the dream. And the crazy part is, the choice between those two lives is being made right now, in this exact second.
Look, when life gets messy, when people doubt you, and when it feels like you're spinning your wheels going nowhere, remember this. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need endless talent. You just need the discipline to keep going. Rise above the fear. Rise above the excuses. Rise beyond you. You literally just need one more day, one more step, and one more effort. Because the second you completely refuse to quit, that's the exact moment your life actually starts to change.
So I want to leave you with one final, incredibly important question to chew on. Which future are you choosing today? Are you going to be the regretful quitter or the action taker? Grab that daily habit checklist, do your one small action today, and start building those roots. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Now get out there and build your success daily.